I want to start tonight with this shocking expose, one that shows just how low our netas have fallen in the country. This is what you really need to see to know the depths of politics in this country. Everything has a price tag in this country, even a communal riot. That's right, a communal riot can be bought. In a shocking India Today investigation, it is now revealed that lawmakers in Uttar Pradesh are ready to sell a riot. It sounds bizarre and scary, particularly 6 months ahead of polls in the state. But it's true. And it's not just confined to a single party. The BJP, the Samajwadi party are all doing it. The cost? 5 lakh rupees. A special report tonight that will shock every Indian citizen on the riot traders of Uttar Pradesh.
Deadly Hindu-Muslim violence that shredded UP's Muzaffarnagar 3 years ago. Still fresh, not just in the memory of this troubled land, but also India's conscience. Rioting in the name of religion that shot many holes in a country's collective faith, spread fear among the citizenry and created a blot on security. But not all blood spilling in faith's name is spontaneous. As India's most populated state gets set for a crucial election, the stoking of communal fires has begun. The religious divides amplified and lakhs of citizens stand to be polarized. In this dizzy mix of faith in politics, India Today dives right into the heart of the country's communal rift. To show India how bloodshed that happens in the name of faith is not always spontaneous. Caught on our cameras, we introduce you to forces willing to orchestrate religious chaos for a prize and for personal gain. First, let's take Delhi's gateway into western Uttar Pradesh, the sprawling suburb of Noida, where India Today's undercover reporter meets Parminder Arya. Parminder Arya, Hindu Swabhiman Sangathan. Here at this hospital for treatment, Arya heads the Hindu Swabhiman Sangathan and a subsidiary unit called the Dharma Sena. Our reporter poses as a filmmaker. Under discussion here is the planning of a screening of a fictitious documentary film that disputes the mythology that Lord Ram was born in India. Parminder Arya's religious pride is anything but hurt. He's ready to participate in a plan to garner publicity for the so-called documentary by staging an attack on its screening in Uttar Pradesh.
किस तरीके से कैसे करेंगे? कितने लड़के तक पहुंच जाएंगे?
50 लोग बोलते हैं, 50 लोग।
हाँ, 50। क्या-क्या कर देंगे थोड़ा बहुत ढंग से?
नारेबाजी लगा देंगे वहाँ पर। ये राम के खिलाफ है, राम का नहीं वो किसी काम का नहीं।
जी।
राम का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। बैनर जो आपके होंगे वासी पर कुछ लोग फाड़ तोड़ देंगे।
Like a chat with a neighbor or a friend, you've just heard this man discuss orchestrating mob violence and fake outrage over a fake controversial film. Listen to him again.
नारेबाजी लगा देंगे वहाँ पर। ये राम के खिलाफ है, राम का नहीं वो किसी काम का नहीं।
जी।
राम का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। बैनर जो आपके होंगे वासी पर कुछ लोग फाड़ तोड़ देंगे।
जी।
Arya commits to manage everything, manhandling included.
जी। थोड़ा बहुत हम चाहते हैं कि मीडिया में आ जाए।
मीडिया में आ जाए ना, पहले मीडिया हम बता देंगे, इंट्रो ले लें, पत्र मीडिया वाले कोई इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया होगा उससे तो आप बात कर लेना।
मैं तो कहूँगा कि बवाल कर दिया हमारे प्रोग्राम में।
आप बोल रहे हैं उसके बाद में जो मीडिया आएगी ना,
Arya tells our undercover journalist that he will even make angry statements to the press. At his office, he then seeks 10 days to organize his band of hired rioters together for the sponsored chaos.
हो जाना चाहिए बात तो लोग बिल्कुल हो जाना चाहिए क्या है आपको मेरे बारे में ज़्यादा पता नहीं मुझे आपके बारे में नहीं पता हमारी क्या हमने अगर हाँ कर लेना किसी काम की तो हमने बोलते हम इस दुकान पर नहीं पक्की रखते हैं हमारी हालत हमें इस बात को नुकसान उठाना पड़ा हम तो नाटक नहीं बिच्छा है चाहे ना कुछ हो जाए सही है इसलिए मैं कभी झूठ बोलता नहीं हूँ ना मैं मानूस को रखता वो फिक्स करेंगे इतना ना बोल एक दो दिन में जैसे मिलेंगे तो फिर आपको कौन सा बताते हैं ऐसे कोर्ट में या फिर मिल लेंगे
Arya promises all-out mayhem on the streets. He says he'll fix the contract discreetly. Job done. With that settled, our undercover reporter then travels to Muzaffarnagar, ground zero of the horrific Hindu-Muslim riots in 2013, in which at least 62 people perished in unspeakable violence. Kapil Aggarwal, BJP MLA, Muzaffarnagar. Here he calls on the local BJP MLA, Kapil Aggarwal. The subject of the conversation is the same fake documentary film that negates the theory of India as Lord Ram's birthplace. The BJP leader doesn't even blink. He couldn't care less about the theme of the film, something that you would imagine would inflame passions easily. The MLA then suggests a second meeting. Our journalist visits him again. This time, Aggarwal speaks up more and explains just how he can create some chaos. But the price, he says, has to be right.
कैसे आप बताइए आप गाइड करिए
आप देखो ना मान लो लड़कों को पूछो कह देंगे लोगों को कह देंगे
जी
पुशअप कर देंगे उनको
जी
इसके फाड़ देंगे
जी जी
हल्ला काट देंगे बुता होंगे
जी
कुछ कर देंगे अखबार में दे दें ठीक है ढंग से
जी
कि बैन होनी चाहिए
जी तो हमारी तरफ से क्या चाहते हैं आप बता दें
हमें किताब के ऊपर तो
हमारी बात हुई
से बात करो यार इश्यूज काम बनाएंगे तो उसकी कैसा कर कुछ को लगे हाँ मन को स्ट्राइक करें.
You heard the MLA ready to stir religious passions with actual violence and all of it for a prize.
अमाउंट बताओ यार
जी
अमाउंट वाइज को क्या करना चाहते हैं लोगों को मैनेज करने की कोशिश करना
जी
कुछ करना पड़ता है क्या होता है
जी
These two individuals are hardly alone. They represent but the tip of an enormous industry that operates across communities, charging fees to foment violence, spark riots, orchestrate mayhem in the name of religious sensitivities. Deadly Hindu-Muslim violence that shredded UP's still fresh, not just in the memory. President of the ruling Samajwadi Party's Haridwar unit. India Today's undercover reporter meets him at Roorkee to discuss the fake documentary, except for one little change. The fake film our reporter now pitches happens to be against Muslim sensitivities. It doesn't take a moment for Haji Irfan to agree. Sure, he'll organize some mayhem to give it publicity.
विरोध तो करना है, नारेबाजी करनी है, विरोध करना है और क्या करना है?
वो थोड़ा सा धक्का मुक्की वगैरह
सब हो जाएगा.
Haji Irfan tells the reporter that he'll have to bring dozens of men to the proposed screening. He then quotes his charge.
50-60 आदमी को भी तैयार करना पड़ेगा ना.
जी जी
But not all blood spilling in fate's name is spontaneous. just 5 lakh rupees to send his goons to engineer religious rage.
सब कुछ हो जाएगा।
तो बाद में आप मीडिया में मतलब बयान दे दीजिए कि मजहब के खिलाफ है फिल्म। जी।
सब कुछ हो जाएगा।
Sure, it's disturbing that politicians, elected representatives and powerful fringe players can be hired to inflame religious passions. But what's truly terrifying is that just how easily they agree to be bought. As the UP pot begins to boil, as the battlefield hots up, it's these men and the devastating ease with which they sell riots that could truly inflame a state. A state where a minor spark has been known to cause catastrophic communal infernos before. With K. Ashish in locations across Uttar Pradesh, this is India Today's special investigation team.
This is a shocker, because what this is showing today is just how in this country of ours, in 2016, you can buy a riot. You can get people to cause communal violence or cause violence and break the communal peace in India's most populous state. Is this the face of India? I want to go to Sudhanshu Mittal of the BJP, Rita Bahuguna Joshi of the Congress, Rajiv Rai of the Samajwadi Party, and Sharad Pradhan, the senior most journalist of Uttar Pradesh. Appreciate your joining us. Sudhanshu Mittal, what do you have to say at the moment about Kapil Dev Aggarwal, BJP MLA from Muzaffarnagar, where riots took place in 2013, willing to foment communal violence on a fake documentary film, saying very clearly in our undercover report that his boys will create ruckus, will tear screens, will create chaos, and will ensure that the entire town, in a sense, gets divided. What do you have to say about this? Should such a person be an MLA?
Most condemnable, most irresponsible, and I think basically a statement of greed rather than a statement of reality.
Statement of greed, sir.
I've been in politics. I've seen all this for a very long time,
I'm
35
glad.
years.
Sir, I'm very glad. No, Sudhanshu, 1 minute.
To finish.
No, I will let you finish. But
Rajiv, allow me to
Sudhanshu ji,
finish.
you have said something very significant. You are saying it's a statement of greed, not of reality, but greed that could lead to the loss of lives of people. Should such a man be an MLA in this country, sir?
Rajiv, you did not hear my first 2 words.
Yes.
I think if you hear that and if you place everything in context, you'll understand it. I said most shocking, most condemnable. That is the first opening statement I made.
Yes.
And I said also a statement of greed rather than reality, because he appears to me to be a con man who's trying to extract money, whereas I don't think, I have seen riots, I have seen all this for a long time. I don't think these are realities. These are all claims and fictions just to extort money. But the fact is,
sir, I don't know how you can say that.
Making
how
something
can you
of this
say
kind
that,
is
sir?
most.
How can you say that, Sudhanshu ji?
Rajiv, that's my experience, and I am entitled to my experience. I have seen life, I have seen politics, I have seen all this for 35 years. I have a ringside view from a very, very close quarter. So I have an entitlement to tell you what is my experience in life. Please don't question me on that. The issue is what is being said is most condemnable, most unbecoming of an elected representative.
Should he be sacked?
The party will take cognizance of it. And
should he be sacked? I'm glad you are saying that.
I'm sure, as I said,
should he be at least sent a so-called notice?
Yeah, I am sure, that's what I said. Instead of guessing what will happen, I think let's wait for the next 24, 48 hours. And I'm sure there's going to be a significant action on part of the party.
I'm glad that at least you have admitted it's good when a politician comes and accepts that this is shocking, shameful, and some action needs to be taken on this. I want to also bring in at this moment Rajiv Rai, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Sir, Hafiz Mohammed Irfan, Samajwadi Party Hardwar unit, ready to create mayhem, ready to say that the film as a fake documentary film has hurt Muslim sensitivities. He is ready to create orchestrated gundagardi. How different are you to the BJP? You are 2 sides of the same coin. Both of you are willing to create a communal riot for a price, sir. What kind of a society is this?
Rajdeep, I agree with your sentiments, and it's most unfortunate, painful and shocking and disturbing. I'm sure the party leadership will take cognizance of this and he'll be shown his place. If it is true, he will not be spared. Chief Minister has made very clear No nonsense will be tolerated from any party worker, let it be a big leader or a small leader. If it is true, I assure you, he'll be shown his place.
He will be shown his place. We should flash that. Both the Samajwadi Party and the BJP are saying that their leaders, that their leadership will act against this. But this is really, in a sense, Rita Bahuguna Joshi of the Congress Party. We don't have the Congress on tape, but that doesn't mean that the Congress is above this. Let's be very clear. This is the political climate in Uttar Pradesh, where every political party wants to harvest communities for votes.
Well, I totally disagree with you on this point. You know, all the time we have been saying and knowing that both these parties, they always try to orchestrate communal divide when the elections are coming closer. And whatever Mr. Sudhanshu Mittal says, you see, this MLA was encouraged, is being encouraged because 4 MLAs who were, some of whom were directly involved with the Muzaffarnagar riots and some of them cheated. They were rewarded by their parties. They were given higher positions. They were given, you know, protection by the central government. So you see, they get encouraged. They feel they get into limelight. And it is true that these some outfits and political parties, they survive only on communal divide. They weave their fortunes, political fortunes, around communal sentiments. So you see, this is nothing new. This has been happening always.
This has been happening
earlier, the Hindu Matsava and the Muslim League did the same thing. And these smaller outfits, Hindu outfits or Muslim outfits that have come up, they thrive on this because this has become their bread and butter. And the government doesn't say anything because you see, I think both SP and BJP, it suits both their ends.
Can I just hold you for a moment?
I compliment you all for this,
I want to hold you on this because I just want to play for our viewers. I want you to know this dark reality of Indian politics. Let's just play this once again because this is what you need to see what can happen in India today, how communities can be divided, how fringe Hindu and Muslim outfits can be used by our political class. Listen in once more.
50-60 आदमी को भी तैयार करना पड़ेगा जी विरोधी तो करना, नारेबाजी करनी, विरोध करना है और क्या करना है,
वो थोड़ा सा धक्का मुक्की वगैरह
सब हो जाएगा।
तो मैं तो करिए तो ऐसा करो, कुछ क्या करेंगे, कोई विषय होंगे
कैसे आप बताइए, आप गाइड करिए।
हमें क्या आप देखो ना, मैं मान लो लड़कों को कुछ कह देंगे, लोगों को कह देंगे जी, पुशअप कर देंगे उनको जी, इसके फाड़ देंगे जी, शोर करना जी, हल्ला काट देंगे, बुता होंगे जी, कुछ कर देंगे, अखबार में दे देंगे ठीक है ढंग से जी, कि बैन होनी चाहिए जी। तो हमारी तरफ से क्या चाहते हैं आप बता दें। हमारी बात हुई से बात करो यार, इश्यूज काम बनाएंगे तो उसकी कैसा करो, कुछ को लगे हाँ मन को स्ट्राइक करे मार्केटिंग करने वाले जी जी।
Sharad Pradhan, how do you respond to this? Are you surprised at all this shocking, shameful sting that has come out that reveals the dark underbelly of Indian politics? Are you surprised at all that riots can be bought for a price in this country of ours?
Rajiv, I'm not at all shocked because I've always been convinced that politicians, particularly in this state, are irrespective. When you're cutting across parties, most of them are such that they can do anything for money because politics is commerce for them. It is no more a movement or anything which has any convictions, any ideology. The ideology is only to make money. And to make money, they can stoop down to any level. I have always been convinced.
They can divide people. They can create a Hindu-Muslim riot. They can create a Hindu-Muslim riot.
Absolutely, they don't mind. They don't mind people. Yeah, absolutely. Because I've said it on your shows also that often there is this suspicion that the BJP and Samajwadi Party, because they complement each other, because they play the politics of polarization, it suits them fine both ways. So, and here it is, what more do you need is a glaring case where they are actually seen doing it. I'm not at all shocked.
Sudhanshu,
and I wouldn't be surprised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You wouldn't be surprised? Complete that. You wouldn't be surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised if the communal violence that we have witnessed in the past or what we may see in days to come, because elections are around the corner and now this kind of a thing will build up, it would originate in this form.
Sudhanshu Mittal, let's be clear. Innocents have lost their lives in this country in communal riots since 1947. This is not about BJP, Congress. It's happened in every state. It's happened in Maharashtra, it's happened in Gujarat, it's happened in Uttar Pradesh. And sometimes I wonder whether there are forces that are even ready to organize a riot or certainly organize violence between communities. Today this ugly truth has come out. You have said it is shameful. You have said it is shocking. But can I really expect it to end? At the end of the day, I want my children's India to be a better India. Will that ever happen, Sudhanshuji?
Certainly it's going to be a better India. I am an optimist and I've seen the ascent of India and I think we are much better off than what we were earlier. So I am not a
Riots
pessimist
still
who
take
looks
place.
at doomsday prophecies.
Riots still take place.
Allow
Violence still takes place.
Allow me to finish, Rajdeep.
Yes.
Rajdeep, yes, these are aberrations of the national life. But when you subscribe motives to it in terms of it being a deliberate endeavor of a political party or B political party, as far as we are concerned, please understand, we do not make any political capital out of it because electorally it never suits us. It is to our deterrent that if riots take place, we are always the losers politically in terms of electoral consequences of that. And if I understand that, rest assured, the entire party also knows it. So that's not something we ever can ever indulge in or can ever endorse or ever desires that. We have a very specific...
Sir, but your MLA is on tape. I know it's undesirable, but he's on tape. And my fear is he will get a ticket because he probably has a vote bank.
Rajdeep, let me tell you one thing, that there are bad apples in our orchard also. So there's one bad apple, that doesn't mean that what is grown there is not apple and not good apple. So please don't use an example to discredit the entire party or the system. The response of the party would be very clear to you in the next few days and you'll know what is the intent as far as the party is concerned. What is more significant, I just heard Rita Bhogunaji Shayad does not remember that they have given ticket to Mavya Ali, who just won from Deoband, one of the most communally sensitive constituencies of Uttar Pradesh, West Uttar Pradesh. And who was he? He was a gentleman who was accused in the Muzaffarnagar riot. So sounding holier than thou, in spite of knowing the antecedent of the gentleman, well, your party can afford to do that. I don't think others can afford to do that. More significantly, as I said, we do not have electoral dividends or gains out of such activities. 2002, there was a riot in Gujarat and we lost 2004. Then 1993, after the Babri Masjid demolition, the environment which got vitiated, 1994 we lost. So where are the political dividends? This entire theory and this entire mindset that BJP benefits out of communal divide and riots, I think it's a perverse imagination of someone's mind about what is the ground reality in terms of electoral consequences. No,
sir,
these consequences are bad for BJP.
Sir, let's
that
not
is the reason BJP is simple. We say appeasement to none, justice for all.
Sir, the fact is there have been riots where BJP leaders also have found themselves in the dock and riots where Congress and other parties. I am not going to make this a political party issue. No, sir. Let's talk today about what we have shown on camera. If this is the quality of people who are being made elected representatives or the Hardwar unit president of the Samajwadi party or the BJP MLA of Muzaffarnagar, it shows the level to which our politics has descended, sir. Let's call a spade today. And that's the only way. Rajiv Rai, yours is the party in power. At the end of the day, no, just a minute, Mr. Mittal. For the last 5 years, there have been riots, small and large riots in Uttar Pradesh. The fact is that your party is in power there. If I have someone like Hafiz Mohammed Irfan as the Hardwar unit president ready to create a riot, why blame the BJP? You are no better.
Rajdeep, I accepted it's unfortunate, painful and disturbing. Let me give one example and to Mr. Sarad Pradhan and through you to the nation.
Yes.
Last month also there was a similar kind of, they tried to create a riot in same district between Balmikis and minority. And we have acted in toughest manner possible. We have put them behind the bar under NSA. I assure you, nobody would be spared irrespective of party, position or place.
I
If
will wait
anybody
to
try
see that.
put the UP state in communal fire, they'll be shown their place, they'll be behind the bar, and the toughest law possible will be acted upon them.
You know, yeah, these are all very fine words. Sharad Pradhan, do you really believe it? Will anything really change as a result of this sting operation, or ahead of
gave
the
you
UP
example of
election?
last month.
Or ahead,
Only
no, ahead
action
of
will
the
make
UP
me-
election, will it get worse?
Rajdeep, no, you know, from what Mr. Rajiv Rai is saying,
Yes.
in this case, there may be specific action because at the moment, the UP Chief Minister is out to establish his credibility, but out to show that he's in command and he's trying to establish his credibility because of the elections. Maybe in isolated cases, but they ought to know, and I'm sure they know, they should identify such people, they know who are such people, both in the BJP and Samajwadi party and in other parties. This kind of lumpen element is already identified. Why don't they ensure that such people do not get the ticket?
You know that.
Then they will talk of winnability, irrespective of what antecedents the person has.
So you're saying that the basic thing is, first of all, these people have to be denied tickets. Am I correct?
Yes.
There should be
Then that will show demonstrative action against.
that will show demonstrative action. You need demonstrative action. Rita Bahuguna Joshi, can I expect the Congress party to assure us that anyone who raises the communal temperature in Uttar Pradesh will be denied a ticket? In the past, you have given tickets. We saw ahead of the 2014 elections, people who spoke in a language which was unbecoming of someone who wanted an election ticket were given tickets. Can I expect that there will be no congressman who will be given a ticket in this Uttar Pradesh election who has a record of stirring communal violence?
Well, you see, there have been more than 600 big and small since these
No,
communal
answer my
sensitive,
question.
Incidents in UP in the past 2 years. And Congress party or its members have never been involved in any of them.
Your leaders
See,
have
I
made
can again
inflammatory
assure you,
remarks. Can I expect no one who makes
Congress will
inflammatory
never
remarks?
promote.
You will not promote, you will not give a
Congress
ticket to anyone who makes an inflammatory remark ahead of these elections in UP? You're giving me that
Certainly
assurance?
not. Our party and our leadership is very strict on this matter. And we believe in communal harmony. See,
These are all
party
nice
is
words.
entirely different from these two.
Madam, these are nice words.
Why nice words? We've
Because it
proven
doesn't
ourselves,
happen on the ground.
We've
You know
proven
what was happening in
ourselves.
Saranpur
Look
and
what
places
happened
like
in
that.
UP, whatever is happening in UP.
Yes.
Whatever is happening in UP, we all know.
Okay.
That it's a fixed game between two political parties.
Fixed game.
Who try to consolidate their vote banks according to, communal lines.
Okay.
And why has been Sangeet Som given Z security? He's got a Z plus security. For what? For being indicted in the Muzaffarnagar riot. Congress never does this.
Okay, let me leave it
please
there.
let us understand.
Let me leave this, because politicians come on these programs, make all these promises, and then when elections come, they want their vote bank. But I hope that this is a wake-up call. Sorry? What is it, Mr. Mittal?
Rajiv, why don't you ask her about Mavya Ali of Deoband? Mavya Ali of Deoband, who has been given a ticket in the by-election by her party.
And what about
one year
Sangeet Som?
back.
What about
What
Sangeet
about
Som?
Then you'll have to
He
answer
was
from
a sitting
Kapil.
chairman
She's making
of
tall
the
claims.
Palika
We are talking
Parishad,
about her tall
and
claims.
anybody who
We are
joins
talking
That's
about
it.
her tall
does
claims,
not
so
be
don't
is
digest.
chastened.
Okay, I'm
We
going to leave
do
it
not-
there.
We do not promote them
no more
into
crosstalk, ma'am.
communal overtones, please.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to take a word based on this sting operation, that I will see whether which party actually acts against those who've been caught in this sting, which party gives tickets to those who have a record of inciting communal violence. My take on a shocking and shameful expose that really reveals the dark underbelly of this country of ours. Just ahead of the major UP elections, this renters riot sting expose shows just how India's most populous state remains hostage to the most ugly form of politics. If people are willing to create a riot for a price, then what hope is there for communal peace? The time has come to quite simply say, enough is enough. This country deserves better.